This is a clip from the Red Cow Arcade podcast.
Well, on the topic of video games, I discovered Kid Dracula for the Famicom, which is playing in the background here.
Is that Castlevania?
It's Konami, and I think they thought of it as a Castlevania satire or parody or children's version. But in reality, so you shoot to attack. It's really much more Mega Man.
Okay.
It's probably, I guess the best. It's Mega Man meets Castlevania meets Mario 2. For me, the most important comparison to draw is the Konami NES Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh, okay.
Which is a game I love. It's got a Mario 3 kind of vibe about it, but I think it's a little more than that. It's the sprite artwork and the mechanics. It's very NES Konami. And I was aware of Kid Dracula for the Game Boy because that's what we got in North America, but this Famicom game never came to the States. And of course the ROM has English, and I love it. It's like, you know how I've complained about how like 8-bit inspired modern indie games there's something kind of too smooth about them, something kind of too polished about them. It doesn't feel like what the thing is. It feels like a pale imitation.
Yeah, it does.
This thing, whatever the je ne sais quoi of Kid Dracula for the Famicom is what these modern games is missing. I can't really describe it any more than that. I would encourage them to go play this game and come back ready to develop.
Yeah, I actually I've never played it, but I do. You know, it's one of those things. I played like a little bit of DuckTales.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, but I like over a friend's house or something. But I've never really like beaten that. Everyone talks about like the moon level. I never got to the moon level. So
yeah, that's a good one. That's Capcom, and that's super good. I played through the Wii U version of that recently because I had it for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I have the mobile version too, but I do recommend the NES version. It's like yeah, you just got to play the NES version.
Yeah, I gotta play through that. It's one of those because I love Mega Man. I played every single Mega Man there is, so
yeah.
It's one of those things I never got around to. It's one of those classic.
Well, I genuinely recommend Kid Dracula. Like, it's really really good. I don't know why exactly. It's just the right difficulty, which is hard to find with those NES and Famicom titles. It's just the right difficulty where, like, if you because it's for kids, but a little too difficult for kids. I would say it's a little easier than a Mega Man game, but not by a lot.
People have always complained about Mega Man game difficulty, and I've never thought they were that difficult.
No, God, compared to what? Compared to Contra Hardcore or like, dude, now that I have the expansion pack, I was playing through Strider, which is a cool game. It's got cool mechanics and it feels cool, but like it's too fucking hard. I can't even. You would think that with the rewind feature, you will be able to get through any game, and it's like not even the rewind feature can save me. It's insane. Well, that is something that is very fair to critique old games on. It's like, you ever play those Super Star Wars games?
Oh yeah, they're trash. Yeah. I remember I had Empire Strikes Back. I bought it from a used game store around the time like the what do you call they were released in theaters again, the special editions.
Oh yeah.
Well, around when those came out, I got like, oh, I'm so stoked about Star Wars. I got those, and it's like, yeah, the enemies just keep respawning and respawning. You like the levels are just like so unfair, and they go on forever. I remember they go on forever.
Yeah, so it's repetitive. It's not fun, and it's really a shame because it's got a really good 16-bit Star Wars vibe about it, so you want to enjoy it. But like most people, I mean, what percentage of people who have played those games ever make it to like Cloud City or like anything substantial? You're just always stuck in the first 2 levels just forever.
Yeah, I think I did get to the last level in that game, but I don't think I've ever beaten it.
No.
It's just too tough.
Like, you think you can get to Darth Vader and, like, do well?
I think I only got there because, I put in, like, a bunch of cheats.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.